I Love You Because, amazing, premiered in 2006 at the Village Theatre, which later became the Poisson Rouge. Crazy. You were in the very room where this show premiered, which has never happened before in our concert. It's pretty cool. The show was written by Cunningham and Joshua Salzman, who started work on the modern love story when they were students in NYU's grad musical theater writing program.
Now the show was directed by Daniel Cutner, choreographed by Chris Catelli, and starred Colin Hanlon and Farrah Alvin as Marcy and Austin, the meant-to-be couple at the center of the show. David Austin was his brother, Stephanie DeBruzzo was her best friend, and Courtney Balin and Jordan Leeds played a variety of roles.
Next magazine called it a delightful musical update of Jane Austen's is spelled wrong by the way, Pride and Prejudice, set in contemporary New York. There's real craft at work in this show. The set was cartoon cutouts of Greenwich Village designed by Beowulf Forrett, and the audience was on either side of the set, assuring a fun look and that no actor could ever be seen by everybody.
Michael Feingold stated that the show was staged by the young for the young, and that's it. And that its charm is that it's too busy being young in the big city to bother about anything more serious. The characters were quirky and recognizable, with song titles like "We're Just Friends" and "Another Saturday Night in New York," and a script filled with single bars and lattes.
Variety wrote that the show had an impeccable cast, saying, Colin Hanlon and Farrah Alvin are especially impressive with rich emotional singing voices that match their acting chops. According to one fan of the show, who's a good friend of mine, she saw it several times, loved it, and she says Colin cried real tears during every performance when Farrah sang the song Just Not Now, which now we all get to see in musical theater, like college showcases all the time. Here to speak about and sing from I Love You Because, the incredible Colin Hanlon.
Okay, so I Love You Because was done here 6 years ago. And if I remember correctly, the stage went that way. And like you guys had said, there were audiences on either side, so half the time they would just see this. Literally like the back of my head. And then one time, the song I'm about to sing, We Just Made Love, in the middle of it, I was way down over there, and there was a retirement group that came to see our show for a matinee. And the ladies were so loud the entire time, I don't think they were realizing that they were seeing live theater. Halfway through my song, I didn't realize it, but a woman was panicked that she was going to miss the bus that was scheduled to pick them up way after the show. So she and a group of her friends went that way, which was our backstage, and then all the way around. And then in the middle of my song, she realized that she had forgotten her scarf. So she came through the exit door, she walked up onto the stage, stared at me, and then yelled to her friend about, Myrtle, where's my scarf there? And then she literally was there for the rest of my song and then walked off. And I just stared at her because I thought it was the greatest thing that's ever happened to me on stage. I loved every second of it. It was the most entertaining thing in the whole run of the show. I still laughed about it. So yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Oh yeah, yes, there was a poor man who had we think he had a heart attack, but he had something really awful happen. It was over here. It was like stadium bleacher seating. In the middle of, right before Farrah sings her big song at the end of Act 1, and we just heard all this commotion, and I'm not really good at panic situations, which I came to figure out that evening. And so he has this crazy thing, and then I look over and I'm like, what the hell? And so Farrah is singing, and she's wondering why I'm not looking at her when we're supposed to be looking at each other, and then she looks over, and then I hear a producer yell, get off the stage! So I just turn around and walk away. And I left poor Farrah on the stage. But I didn't realize, I was like, oh, she's gonna go that way, and I'll go this way. And when I left, and she said, she turned around, she was like, where the hell did you go? I just literally left her on stage. Which is embarrassing, but it's also true. And I'm sticking to it. That story as well. Those are my I Love You Because stories. Yeah. We ran for almost 5 months, over 100 performances. And I worry that I'm going to forget the lyrics to this song. So if I do, feel free to judge me. For real. I can't let my romantic side get the better of me. We're just friends who really like
one another. We just happened to end up doing what two really good friends do. Like a crossword, or a puzzle, or each other. Things aren't any different now than they ever were before. This doesn't mean they couldn't mean anything more. After Catherine, I never thought I'd feel this way again. She was my one and only, and of those there can be only one. But then what do I make of Catherine? Forgets what we had back then. I was her one and only. Now it's ended, it's over, it's done. Maybe I'm still hold on now to this ideal, and maybe I'm crazy to feel the things that I now feel. But maybe with Marcy, I have found something. Maybe we just made love. That can't be right. There's no way I could have recovered so fast. She must just be a rebound. Even Jeff said so, and he's right. I'm just setting myself together again for a flawed romance that will never last. This will never work out. What do I know? Who knows? It might. Maybe I'm foolish and deserving that all this brings, and maybe she's using me. I'm imagining all these things, or maybe it's a puppet show and I'm failing to see all the strings. Maybe just made love. How can a feeling this strong to be wrong? It can't. Emotion this pure must be right. How can ignoring my gut be the best thing to do? It can't. I need her. I'm gonna tell her so tonight. Maybe I'm risking my whole life and can't see what's at stake. Or maybe I'm reckless and running right toward more heartache. Maybe I'm wrong, and we just made a huge mistake. But maybe, I'm definitely positive. Maybe, yes, I've never been more certain that maybe we just made love. We just made love. We just made love. We just made love.
Well done. Actually, you are done.
Okay, good.
Good job.
Good line has gone out, Colin Hanlon.
So when we found out that we were lucky enough to have Colin join us to celebrate I Love You Because, I reached out to book writer and lyricist Ryan Cunningham to see if he had a story he might want to also share. Ryan wrote, as we got closer and closer to previews of I Love You Because, we knew something was wrong with Maybe We Just Made Love. It was toward the end of the first act, and the character of Austin makes a huge realization right before the song that he's in love with Marcy. He then spends the next 3 minutes vacillating on this single point and comes out of the situation exactly as he began it. Because of this, the audience got ahead of the song, and Colin knew it. So he approached me and said, "Can you help me with this?" Austin saying the same thing for 3 minutes. I made up some bullshit about fighting the fear and walked away before Colin could ask me any further questions. The reality was, the song probably should have been cut. It served no dramatic purpose and made the first act too long. So why did we keep it? Because Colin sounded so goddamn good singing it, and we liked hearing him sing it pretty, so we sacrificed dramaturgical integrity for our own enjoyment. And we know that since you just heard Colin sing this, you understand. Maybe you can have Colin read this while doing an impression of me.